Here, non-human population is growing on loss of natural habitat, threatening the very existence of our great creatures. Sadly, even the borders of Harambe cannot protect our animals from the most dangerous threat of all, poaching. To the poachers, these beautiful animals represent only profit. Riding an elephant are slaughtered for their horns and eyes. Fewer than
Alright guys, we're waiting here for a little bit until the one gives the A-OK to enter, then we're heading out.
Is it too hot for safari?
Probably. Video safari guys enter Harambe Wildlife Reserve out here in Kenya. Then while we're moving, we have a few rules for you guys to follow. Make sure you guys are keeping your hands and your feet inside the vehicle at all times. Holding on to anything or anyone, you want to make sure it's still in the truck by the time you get back. Similarly, make sure you guys are sitting down for the duration of the trip as well, because make sure you're still in the truck by the time you get back. Alright guys, first up is going to be the little terry forest. This films a lot of animals like using their natural camouflage to kind of stay hidden out here among the forest. So you're kind of going to look hard for them out and about within the trees. Oh, you guys are on the right side right now. They got a very cool animal. This is called the okapi. Now, okapis are shy reclusive animals. They weren't known to Western communities until 1901. And while they were known in Eastern African communities, they're kind of seen like a myth. Kind of like Bigfoot, because they weren't seen ever. You might see his striped legs and think, hey, he kind of looks like a zebra. But in fact, he's not related to a zebra. He's actually the only known relative of the giraffe. We know this because his bone structure is really similar and because his tongue is super long as well. His tongue is so long that you pick his nose and lick his eyeballs with it.
Yummy.
I know, it's fantastic. So if you don't have like hands, you have hoops, and you get something stuck in your eye, you just go and get it out. Now watering holes like this are a good place to find some animals that might be out and about. I'm not seeing anything right now, but if you guys see anything, just wait. Someone saw something?
A bird.
A bird? Okay. Well, if you guys see any other animals that aren't a bird, just point and say, hey Jenny, I think I see an animal. And now look where you're pointing and I'll probably tell you that's a rock. Tell me something else instead. Oh, nope. You guys got it this time. We got a rhino over here on the left side. Good job, friends. I'm not seeing any other rhinos like he's by himself. This is a good indication that he's a black rhino. Black rhinos are solitary animals. Yeah, you can see him eating some leaves right now. Now, the only difference between the black and the white rhino are their mouths. He's got a pointed jaw and lets him eat the leaves like you just saw out here in the forest, and you should love it. Yeah, this is over here called a bongo. These red rhinos also here on the left side within the bushes. And these guys are nicknamed the ghosts of the forest because they're very rarely seen. And these light browns over here are called kudus. They're very cute. They kind of look like deer, but they're antelopes.
I couldn't get a picture of them.
Now, I do want to see some more animals, say some antelopes and a rhino, though. So we're going to head down to a different ecosystem next. And next up is going to be the Slavic River. Some to a lot of our aquatic animals out there that like hiding in the depths of these waters. So look down deep in these waters. Just what you think is a rock. It might just be a hippo. If it's got ears and it starts moving around, it's definitely not a rock. I think I see something over there. I'm not too sure. A bear? In the water? We're gonna keep on going because I don't want to see that. Over here on the left side.
Pelican!
Yeah, these are pelicans. These guys are called pinkback pelicans. They get their name because pink coloration in the back. And they get there in mating season. They show it off to all the ladies, and the ladies like it. It's cool. Not seeing much else over here though, so I'm gonna keep on going.
Turkey vultures.
Oh, this is new. Seems the animals got a little bit advanced out here. Alright guys, we didn't see much in the South River, but that's okay. We're heading to a new ecosystem next. Our next type is the Savannah ecosystem, I can tell. Because I'm right there coming across a baobab tree. If you guys kind of like toward the furniture, we got a giraffe out there too. They're all the way out the river, down there. But Savannah's home to a lot of famous animals out there, the giraffe among them. With them all, to put other animals back here, like hyenas and cheetahs and rhinos and ostriches. When you guys saw the Lion King, it's already out here. Some are hiding within the grasses, so let's go try to find some. But these giraffes over here, a Maasai giraffe. There are 9 species out here in Africa. But we can tell these are the Maasai because they're very regular patterns on the coast. I'm going to get a picture of this one on the right side. It looks really pretty. Just kind of looking at us like, what are these rectangles all pointing at me? This one seems to be a full grown. I think it's a female. Now, giraffes can be very tall. They can grow about to be 20 feet tall, full grown height for a mature male. That's really big, making it the tallest animal on Earth. I see a few more over there within the trees. So we're going to keep on going down our trail, hopefully find a better look at them sooner or later.
Gotta rest my eyes.
Over here on the left side, we got some of my favorite animals, the wild African dogs. If you guys see them moving, they're some of the best hunters out here in Africa. I'm gonna pull up more a little closer to see where they're going. They're some of the best hunters out here in Africa because they hunt together in a group called a pack. The success rate for hunting is around 85% versus lions and cheetahs who are usually around 25%. As you guys can see right now, one of them figured out something, I'm not sure what, hopefully it's not the exit. But they figured out something and they're trying to communicate with the other ones. And they all, like, they contribute with one another and they do, like, teamwork to kind of successfully hunt. It's really cool seeing how smart they are. They may look cute, kind of like hyenas or dogs. But they actually belong to their own family, or related to either of those animals. They belong to the canid family. They're not related to the canine or the hyenidae family at all. They're more closely related to the foxes, really. Over here on the left side, within the shade, we have these brown antelopes over there. Those are called sable antelope. And you guys see the horns? They're very sharp. Make sure you're sitting down for me, ma'am. Thank you. Now, their horns are very, very sharp. This is help them like a defense mechanism in case a lion attacks them. They kind of whip their head back and get the lion off of them. I see a few more giraffes in front of us. We're gonna pull over here. She's looking at the baby right here on the left side too. Now, when a red giraffes are born, they try to be about 6 feet tall. This one's not that old. The giraffes are very social creatures, like living in groups called towers. If you ever find a group of scared giraffes, it's called a tower of terror. Thank you. I'll be here all week. The giraffes spend around 16 hours a day just in the trees like this trying to eat. If you guys see the tongue of a giraffe, they're actually just kind of purple-gray color. This is very useful to them because they spend a lot of time with the head toward the sun eating leaves out of trees. Then if their tongues are pink like ours, they don't actually get sunburned because they're head up so much. But instead it's gray, so it helps out with this. So it's really neat. Oh my god, there's food. We're going to get a few more animals as well. Now these gray ones are called wildebeest. This seems to be a small group of them right now. And for the record, they did not kill Mufasa, Scarred technically. These guys love gathering in big groups, about thousands of them usually. If you look on the right side, those bigger horned animals are our friends, the Ankuli cattle. They're kind of a distant cousin to big cows you know live in dairy farms. I like them a lot because I grew up in a ranch with a bunch of cows on it. They always make me feel like I'm at home, except home is like wildebeest and giraffes on it, but it's close enough. I think it's really cool driving out in a savannah like this. It's awesome to see how the animals kind of interact with their surroundings. Because if you think of it, like this is their home, and the same way you guys take care of your homes and your lawns, or at least I hope you do, they take care of their home as well. Like for example, these trees don't go too bad out of shape. The giraffes often eat the leaves from the bottom of the trees, making way for new leaves to grow within the trees. Then the grass and vegetation is kept in check because antelopes often eat grass, and it kind of mows down the lawns. Ooh, falcon. And then elephants also like bulldozing down old trees because they use them like scratching posts and they'll make way for new trees to grow. So it's awesome to see how animals kind of do their own thing and nature does its own thing. And they take care of one another. If you look on the left side, we got a Mando monkey out over here. He's kind of like on the right side of these trees. You might see him a little bit over here. And we can tell he's a dominant male because there's bright blue-red markings on his face. There might be some more out and about. I think he's looking at something. I'm not sure what. Oh, there we go. There he is. We got a mother and her child on her chest. The Mando monkeys are some of the largest monkeys out there. They can weigh about 100 pounds. We're going to keep on moving along. I want to think of my own business. I don't want to close it down. I love the Mando monkeys. They're very cool to see them walking out and about. They're like little people, except furry. Okay, it's going to be really hard to see, but I promise you there's an elephant on the right side. There's one of them. You got to look kind of hard on the right side within the bushes and the cliff. I'm going to pull by really slow so you guys all might be able to look at him. It's going to be like a split second of him. He's a little bit there though, all the way in the back. I think he's by himself though, so this is probably a male. Now, male elephants are social creatures. They like living together in big groups called herds. But whenever male elephants reach of age, they like going up by themselves. Not because they don't like their herd, but because they want to start their own herd instead, you know? But they don't stray too far from the original herd they broke off from, so the rest of the herd is probably somewhere nearby, so it's good news for us. The red clay places like this are a good place to find some elephants too. And you guys see there's some cuss marks over here. Elephants like eating clay, kind of like a good source of minerals and vitamins they wouldn't normally get. If you look on the left, we found the rest of the herd. Oh, look at that. I'm gonna pull around. Hopefully get a better look at them and just keep on going. So like I said, elephants are very social. They like living together in big groups called herds, consisting of about 40 females and their calves. Okay, I don't see any more over here, but we're gonna pull around to the water hole. Hopefully there might be some over there. see those elephants we saw beforehand. They're all the way in the back. You have to turn your head around to see them. They're all the way there. Now, I love seeing the elephants. They're very beautiful and they're very intelligent as well. They're some of the most smartest animals out there. Now, elephants have this weird phenomena about them where whenever it starts pouring, they all love going to watering holes and start playing in the water. It's really awesome because whenever animals do things, they usually do things because they need it to survive, you know. But whenever elephants just do things like that, like play in the water, it's just for fun. It's really cool to see how smart they are. Which is a side note, if it ever starts pouring out here in Animal Kingdom, I really recommend you come on this ride because elephants are most likely to be playing this watering hole. I don't say more, but it's okay. Over here, let's pick up some greater flamingos. If you guys look at you might see a few greater brown ones. And those are juvenile flamingos. The flamingos are born, they start just kind of gray, fluffy birds. They're very cute. And as they age, the animals like shrimp hide in this mineral called beta carotene. They'll eventually turn the same color as the rest of their family. Alright, these are greater flamingos. There's some of the lighter shade pink flamingos out there. You might see two more elephants over here on the left side, kind of within those trees, all the way in the very back. I can't stop you for too long. There's another truck behind us. They're gonna go around slowly though. Ooh, over here on the left, we got some of my favorite animals. These guys are the white rhinos. This seems to be a herd of females right now. But we can tell the white rhinos because they're together in a group like this. They'll go in over there on the other side of this curve. Now, white rhinos are social animals. They like to live together in big groups called crashes of about 3 to 5 and stuff. They're very cool. Now, they don't have the best of eyesight, they got better hearing. So they often start charging trucks because they don't know where we are. But once we start talking, they understand where we are. And you can see them, their ears move independently, so they can try and figure out where the truck is. And like I said, when we first saw that black rhino, he has got a pointed mouth. It lets him eat the trees, in the leaves out there, in the forest he lives in. These guys have a flat jaw. This helps them eat the grass and the shrubs and the lowland savannas they usually live in. Believe it or not, the black and the white rhino is actually the same color. The jaw structure is the only difference among them. To the local African communities, the white rhino were known as the Vite rhino. Vite meaning wide, after the wide jaw structure. At the time, it got lost in translation because the English smart folks should just turn to white instead. They're like, listen to the black one. It was easy. And we also got two cheetahs over here. They're right in the middle of this hill. Like, it's a kind of technical term. We're gonna keep it pulling around. Ooh, okay. Zebra had the same idea. They're gonna be walking along here with my friend the zebra. And this guy's a grand zebra. He's black with white stripes. You can tell these areas like his nose. Neutral with stripes. Got a few more zebras over there. Now, zebras are some of the most docile creatures out there. They're very kind. They don't do harm to other animals that much. But they do have a really powerful kick though. The kick from a zebra can actually break a lion. It's also really weird with zebras, like you understand like a cheetah can blend in with its surroundings, but a zebra can't. So nothing out here in Africa is black and white. But experts on zebras say they kind of have the same pattern to kind of help them mesh together and make this big group of confusing colors. It's really confusing to other animals like lions. They're like, what's this big group of black and white? I don't know. So they start running away. Yeah, you're right. What is this? Like everyone left. These white animals are called scimitar horned oryxes. They're cool to treat to see out here. They're virtually extinct out in the wild. They've been poached for their horns and beautiful coats as well. But these guys are super well adapted living here in Africa. They don't drink water for 9 months a year. They also don't start sweating until their body temperatures reach about 150 degrees. They're really well at conserving water within their own bodies, which is really awesome because water is kind of a scarce resource out here in Africa. And it's kind of like a testament to see how evolution has kind of helped the animals live in the African heats. I hope everyone's able to see some of their favorite animals today. I know it was super cool seeing those elephants really briefly, and then the rhinos up close too. Those two are my two favorite animals we see out here in the reserve. But it's really sad with both of them. We lose around 96 rhinos every day and 36 elephants as well at the poaching and habitat loss. It's very sad because they're beautiful, gentle giants and they do harm to others. The biggest threat is from humans, and they're set to go extinct by the end of the century, and there's not going to be any more in the entire world. It's very sad, but we're all able to do a little bit to help them out. Little things like recycling your smartphones, electronics, paper, and plastic is a good way to make sure their habitat and their home is still around for them to live in. And things like donating conservation funds is a good way to make real change happen for real people, animals, your families, and communities you're all part of. Eventually, these lines of conservation will build upon one another and make a better world for all to live and thrive upon, which I'm sure is what we all want, especially like times like this. And finally, Keely, we never like saying goodbye. Oh, it seems too sad to final. Instead of like easiness, with Keely phrase it goes Kwaherini. It means to go well. So Kwaherini, friends, go well, and I hope you guys enjoy this country as much as I did, and enjoy the rest of your day here in Animal Kingdom. Ollie.
Watch your right hand side, everybody, and watch your step down.
My pleasure, buddy. Have a good day. My pleasure. Goodbye, guys.